Are you a local medical professional about to file your 2024 tax return? In this episode, we're diving into the 2024 must know tax deductions for all local medical professionals. If you're a traveling physician, nurse, or healthcare practitioner, you don't want to miss this episode as I go over the top 8 tax deductions you cannot miss on your tax return to help save you on taxes for 2024. Welcome to the Locum CPA podcast. My name is Stephen Lee, a certified public accountant based out of Chicago, Illinois. I specialize in working with local medical professionals who work all across the US. And in this episode, we're going to be going over the top 8 tax deductions that you don't want to miss on your 2024 tax return. So you want to stick around to the very end so you don't miss these. So why are tax deductions important? So why is this list of 8 deductions so important for you as a locum professional? Well, as a locum medical professional, you're technically self-employed. And what that means is you have access to key tax deductions that normal W-2 medical professionals don't have access to. And the more deductions that you have, the lower your taxable income. And the lower your taxable income, the lower your taxes, right? So they all go hand in hand. More tax deductions, lower taxable income, lower taxes. So let's get right into what are the top 8 tax deductions that you must make sure that is being reported on your tax return that you don't want to miss. The first one is travel and lodging expenses. If you're traveling for locum assignments, as most of you are, your airfare, gas, rental cars, hotels, and even some meals are tax deductible. Just make sure to keep all your receipts and track mileage for reimbursements. You don't want to miss one of my previous videos on how to travel for free if you're a local medical professional. I'll pin a link in the info card right above this video, so you don't want to miss that. And if you're also a local medical professional, you don't want to miss my top tips for starting and operating your locums practice that can help save you up to $50,000 per year. I'll pin a link in the comment section below. The second tax deduction is licensing and certification fees, right? Board certifications, state medical licenses, DEA registrations, all these expenses are deductible if you're a local medical professional. And if you paid for continuing education courses or exam fees, those also count. I have several physicians that have a W-2 as well as telehealth or locums 1099 income. And many times, some of the CME costs, right, are not, and the board certification costs are not deductible by the W-2 employer or are not reimbursed. So what we do is, because they have 1099 telehealth or locums income, I make sure we deduct those CME or board certification fees that aren't covered or aren't reimbursed by the W-2 employer on against their 1099 or telehealth income. So you want to make sure you're taking care of that and deducting licensing and certification fees. The third deduction is malpractice insurance. Once again, malpractice insurance is a deduction if you're paying your own malpractice liability insurance. That would be fully deductible if you're a local medical professional. The fourth one is work-related supplies and equipment. So things like scrubs, stethoscopes, laptops for telemedicine, and even work-related software can be written off. So you want to make sure you want to take a look at all of the expenses you incurred in 2024 for your locums engagements and making sure that if you have any work-related supplies and equipment, you want to deduct that. The fifth one is a home office deduction, right? Do you have a dedicated space at home that you perform admin tasks, telehealth consults, or even job searches, right? Locum searches. You might qualify for the home office deduction. So that what that means is a portion of your rent, utilities, and internet could be deducted. And what I tell a lot of my locum professionals that, there's something called the simplified method, which gives you $5 per square foot up to 300 square feet as a tax deduction. So that equals up to 300 square feet. Let's say you have a room, a dedicated office space, not your living room sofa, not your kitchen table, but a dedicated room that you perform, admin tasks or even do telehealth, which is getting more and more popular with a lot of my clients. Then you want to make sure you're claiming that deduction. So up to 300 square feet. So you got to measure out that room times 5. equals your home office deduction using the simplified method. The sixth deduction you don't want to forget, and this is a very big one, is retirement contributions. If you have self-employment income, 1099 income, telehealth income, then you can set up something called a SEP IRA. That's a simplified employee pension IRA that can help save you. The max tax deduction is $69,000 for 2024. It goes up to $70,000 in 2025, but this is something that you can do even now before you file your 2024 return. Most employer or health or retirement contribution plans have to be done before December 31st, but not the SEP IRA. That you can do, and the deadline to contribute that is before the tax filing deadline. So whether it's March 15th for you S-Corp filers, or it's April 15th for all of you who are just a sole proprietor or single member LLC or PLLC, filing a Schedule C, you don't want to forget the SEP IRA. Remember, there are limitations on that. And I have a video that goes deep into how much you can actually contribute to the SEP IRA based on your net income or your S-Corp net income. It's going to differ based on your setup. And I'll also leave a link in the info card right above this video, so you don't want to miss that video to see how much can you contribute to a SEP IRA to really lower your taxable income for 2024. The seventh and very important tax deduction that you want to make sure you're claiming, if this applies to you, is health insurance premiums. Remember, if you're paying your own health insurance, you might be able to deduct 100% of your premium for yourself as well as your dependents in your family, like your spouse and your kids. So you don't want to miss that. And number 8 are CME and conference costs, right? This is very tied to licensing certification fees, but CME is its own separate category, right? Because we are all required continuing medical education expenses, right? There's conference costs, travel costs to even go to some CMEs online. So you want to make sure you are capturing and deducting all eligible CME costs that you paid out of pocket in 2024. So did you attend a medical conference? Those flights, hotels, registration fees could all be deductible as well. So you don't want to forget about that. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, or any topic ideas that you would love for me to cover, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear your feedback, your questions, as well as ideas. Until next time, I hope your filing for 2024 goes very well and smooth. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.